Hey y'all, welcome to the filling station. Y'all, I'm super excited. So in this video, we are looking at inside day candles, and I normally look at inside day candles because it helps build our watch list. It gives us, possible price targets and things like that. But let me first give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. If you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that, because we learn and we grow together. With that being said, let's get started. So inside day candles. Normally I go to the daily chart and we can look at the last two candles, meaning this candle we're looking at SoFi for this example, looking on the daily chart of SoFi, that this candle here is today, and you have to wait on the day to close, right? So today, this is our current candle. This was our candle from yesterday. This candle actually fits inside this candle here, which creates an inside day. That's why we get the inside day candle. Again, I was taught that it just helps build our watch list and, gives us possible price targets, meaning if it breaks beyond this area, this is our target. And if it breaks below this area, this is our target. So that's why how I look at inside day candles. And if you trade any of these, this is possibly, some of our targets. Let's say that, right? So the first one on the list, I believe, is AI. AI normally moves about $22.64. No, it closed at $22.64. It normally moves about $1.68. That is the ATR, which is the average true range. So what I like to give is the trigger, meaning if it break above the level of $22.82, we have an upside target of $23.03 as the target. Now to the downside, if by chance we break under $21.83, $20.97 is the target for AI. It is an inside day candle. Bank of America. Let's go back to Amazon. So Amazon is not, I've added that one to my list. Bank of America is not. Okay, let me get to my correct list. That will be the reason, right? Okay, so this is my current list. I knew that AI was first. Okay, now AR is next on the list for an inside day candle. And these are for tomorrow, which would be March the 6th. So these are inside day candles for March the 6th. So the next one on the list is AR. It normally moves about $1.60 per day. If by chance we break above 36.67, upside target 37.35. Now to the downside, if by chance we break under, let's say $35.13, we have a downside target of $35.02. So AR is on the list as an inside day candle. BK is next on the list. BK normally moves $2.04. And let's see, as of now, if it break above 87.19, we have an upside target here of, let me make sure I get, because those lines are really close. We have an upside target here of $87.89. To the downside, if we break under 85.18, downside target 84.31. So if you trade BK, it is an inside day candle. BMY is next on the list. It normally moves $1.39. As you can see here, if by chance we break above $60.27, we have $60.72 as the target. Now to the downside, breaking under 59.36 gives us a downside target of 59.31. So BMY is an inside day candle. Next on the list is Beyond, BYND. It normally moves 29 cents, not a big mover, right? So if by chance we break above 328, we have an upside target of, 327, breakthrough target is 328. Not far to the downside, under 311 gives us 286 as a downside target. So if you're trading Beyond or BYND, it is an inside day candle. Next on the list is Citi, C is the ticker. If by chance we break above 73.56, we have an upside target of 74.88. Now to the downside, under 71.70 gives us a downside target of $70.60. C, which is Citi Group, normally moves about $2.64 per day. And y'all keep in mind, this could be in either direction. So if you trade C, it is an inside day candle. Next on the list is CCL, which is Carnival Cruise Lines. It normally moves about $1.19 per day. If by chance we break above $22.41, we have an upside target here of $22.68. Now, if by chance we break under $21.69, downside target $21.39. CCL is an inside day candle. Carvana is next on the list. Carvana is an interesting stock to trade. Now, if by chance we break above $216.45, we have 223.03 as the target. To the downside, under 206.81, we have 195.76. Carvana normally moves about $17.62. It is interesting to trade. Let me say that. So if you trade Carvana, it is an inside day candle. EQT is next on the list. It normally moves $2.08 per day. If by chance we break above $50.34, we have $51.20 as the target. Under $48.71, we have a downside target of $47.45. So EQT is an inside day candle. Now, the next one on the list is FSLR. It normally moves about $8.63. So if by chance we break above 132.51, we have 135.81 as the target. Now to the downside, under 129.08, we have a downside target of 124.96. So FSLR is an inside day candle. Next on the list is GILD. And that is not gold, it's Galilee Sciences, yes. So it normally moves about $2.68 per day. That is the ATR. And if by chance we break above 117.22, we have an upside target, 117.49. Now to the downside, under 114.51, downside target 113.54. GILD is an inside day candle. Now, International Paper, or IP, is next on the list. It is an inside day candle. Above $53.15, we have an upside target of $55.16. To the downside, under $52, we have a downside target of $51.15. IP, or International Paper, is an inside day candle. Next one on the list is IWM. We normally move about $4.27. If by chance we break above 208.77, we have 209.74 as the target. Now to the downside, under 204.75, downside target 203.12. IWM is an inside day candle. MDLZ is an inside day candle. Above 66.39, we have 67.47 as the target. Now to the downside, under 65.14, we have 65.16. Under 65.16, we have 65.14 as the target. That is so close. So that's, and it normally moves about $1.59 per day. So that's not very far on MDLZ. So if you trade that, trade carefully. Let's see if Meta is just one I normally have on my daily watch list. Marvell, MRVL, is next on the list as an inside day candle. It normally moves about $6.15 per day. If by chance we break above $90.65, we have $91.72 as the target. To the downside, under $84.92, we have a downside target of $83.16. So MRVL, or Marvell, is an inside day candle. Now, I do have, let's say, Rivian as an inside day candle. If by chance we break above this $11.50, we have $11.57 as the target. Under $11.04, we have $10.84 as the target. And Rivian normally moves about 84 cents per day. I'm going to go back and do QQQ is an inside day candle. Above, let's say, 503.74. We have an upside target of 503.74, not far. Let's say that 503.65, yes, gives us 503.74. Now to the downside, if by chance we break under 491.26, we have a downside target of 487.74. 487.74. So QQQ is an inside day candle. It normally moves about $10.44, and y'all keep in mind this could be in either direction, up or down. So if you trade the QQQ, it is an inside day candle. RUT is also an inside day candle. It normally moves about $39.74. That is interesting, right? So if by chance we break above $2,102.81, the target to the upside is $2,113.11. Now to the downside, under $2,065.34, we have a downside target of $2,046.60. That would explain why it normally moves $39.74 per day. But if RUT is one that you trade, these are levels that I would possibly watch, not financial advice, right? So SLB is next on the list as an inside day candle. It normally moves $1.22 per day. If by chance we break above 39.61, we have 39.74 as the target. Under 38.26, we have a downside target of 38.17. So SLB is an inside day candle. SNAP is next on the list for an, and it normally moves about 43 cents. Not a really big mover. If by chance we break above $9.85, we have $9.85 as the target. Not very far, right? Now to the downside, under $9.50, we have $9.23 as the target. SNAP is an inside day candle. We did mention the SoFi, so I'll go over those numbers again. If by chance we break above 13.49, we have an upside target of 13.60, not that far away. Under 12.83, we have 12.22 as a target, and SoFi normally moves about 95 cents. That is the ATR, which is the average true range. Now I'm going to go to this SPX because I know it could very well be a little congested. I know that my SPY chart and Tesla chart is very congested because those are the ones that I like to trade. So I want to know where my trouble places are once I'm in that trade. So excuse the, the charting lines. There are so many lines that I have on the charts, but okay, so SPX is an inside day candle, normally moves about $87.89 per day. That is the average true range as of right now. The inside day candle, if we should break above $5,860.59. The upside target is $5,864.73. Now to the downside, if by chance we break under $5,740.61, downside target is $5,732.59. So SPX is an inside day candle. The SQQQ is also an inside day candle for today or tomorrow, the 7th. If by chance we break above $34.72, we have an upside target, $35.46. Now, to the downside, if by chance we break under, let's say, $32.17, we have a downside target here of $32.16. So if you're trading SQQQ, it is an inside day candle. TDOC is next on the list, Teladoc, and it normally moves about $1.16. Again, y'all, in either direction, and some of these are not really big movers. However, they are inside day candles. Now, if by chance we break above $9.34, we have $9.45 as the target. Now, to the downside, under $8.81, we have a downside target here of $8.81, not far away, right? So if you're trading TDOC or TDOC, it is an inside day candle. Y'all, Tesla is an inside day candle. Did I mention that, Tesla is one that I trade often, so my charts are a little bit congested, but guess what? I can make it visible to where I understand what it says. So if by chance Tesla break above 279.70, we have an upside target for Tesla at 285. 264.35. Now to the downside, under 267.71, we have a downside target for Tesla at 261.84. Tesla normally moves about $18.87. That is the ATR as of now, and yes, that does change from time to time. Let's say that. So, and keep in mind, Tesla normally exceeds its ATR. So if you're trading Tesla, these are levels that I would watch as possible targets if by chance we break those levels. Now, Upstart UPST is an inside day candle. It normally moves $6.37 per day. If by chance we break above $60.98, we have $62.33 as the target. To the downside, under $57.55, we have a downside target of $56.30. So UPST or Upstart is an inside day candle. Keep in mind, again, it moves $6.37 per day. Wells Fargo, if you trade the financial sector, Wells Fargo normally moves about $2.15, again in either direction. If it should break above $74.65, we have an upside target of $74.66. Now, to the downside, under $72.40, we have a downside target for Wells Fargo here at, let's see, the low is 71.39. So if you're trading Wells Fargo, it is an inside day candle. Next on the list is Walmart, y'all. So Walmart is an inside day candle. If by chance we break above $96.34, we have an upside target of $97.08. Now to the downside, under $94.71 for Walmart, we have a downside target of $94.46. And Walmart normally moves about $2.74. So if Walmart is something that you trade, it is an inside day candle. I say trade carefully, y'all. In the market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. I say that often. Zoom or ZM is last on our list, and it normally moves about $2.78. Again, that is in either direction, the ATR. And if by chance we break above $75.71, we have an upside target for Zoom or ZM at $75.83. If by chance we break under $73.97, downside target $72.87. Zoom or ZM is an inside day candle. So if you trade any of these tickers, I say trade carefully. What I like to do is mark these levels, and I set alerts to let me know if by, once we break this, that this is our possible target. One of the things that I noticed on my list that I'm going to try to add, and I know it is very congested because I trade it often, which is the SPY. Normally, if SPX is an inside day candle, the SPY normally is an inside day candle. So I'm going to, my SPY chart looks a little bit just like, how can she see anything on that chart? But again, I can fix it to where it actually works for me. So the SPY is an inside day candle, and the high of this candle here is 584.88, and the low of this candle is, let's see, 571.08. So if by chance SPY break, let's say, to the upside higher than the 584.88, we have an upside target of 585.39. Now to the downside, under 573.06, we have a downside target for the SPY at 572.25. So if you're trading the SPY tomorrow or on the 7th, it is an inside day candle. I say trade carefully, y'all. So when I look at these, it's just interesting to see that, when I look at my charts, how in the world does she see anything on those? But I do have charting tips and ways and things that, that's helpful for charting. But Tesla and the SPY is something that I trade often, and NVIDIA, let's say that. But if you go to one like this, you don't see as many lines on it because I don't chart it as often. But again, when I'm in the trade, I want to know where my trouble places are. So these are inside day candles for 6/6, which is tomorrow. So I am recording this a day before. So if you're trading any of these, I again will mark these levels and trade carefully. Anything is possible, nothing is guaranteed, y'all. So again, I hope these videos are very, very helpful. If you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that, because we learn and we grow together. So until next time, y'all, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.